In this video, we're going to explain how the law of segregation governs our inheritance. Law of segregation is the second law of inheritance, also proposed by Gregor Mendel, and it states that each parent has two alleles and they only pass one of the two alleles to their offspring. So the offspring receives one allele from each parent, forming two alleles, just like what its parents have. Okay, so we're going to use the example we had in the previous slide in step 1. Having curly or straight hair follows Mendel's law of inheritance, wherein curly is the dominant trait over having straight hair. Okay, so these are the symbols we're going to use. For dominant allele, we're going to use the capital C. For the recessive allele, we're going to use the small c. So the homozygous dominant is a pair of two dominant alleles, so it should have two capital C. And homozygous recessive is the pair of two recessive allele, so it should have two small c. And then the heterozygous alleles is a pair of dominant and recessive allele, so it should be capital C and small c. Remember that capital is written first before the small. So for their phenotypes, so these are the genotypes. For their phenotypes, for homozygous dominant, we have curly hair. For homozygous recessive, we have straight hair. And if you have heterozygous alleles, because curly is dominant over straight, then this should be curly or still curly, all right? So there's gonna be 3 videos to show different examples of how each parent having two alleles segregate the two alleles and pass one of the allele to the offspring. All right, as how the law of segregation states it. So we're gonna start with example number 1. So we have the father, the male, having homozygous dominant genotype and curly hair phenotype. Same thing with the mother, having the homozygous dominant genotype and curly hair phenotype. So what's gonna happen is during meiosis, so this is where when the cell divides to create gametes, the two chromatids of the chromosome coming from each parent segregate. So they are separated. All right. And just one of these allele will go to the offspring. All right. So in this case, in this example, whatever of these two alleles goes to the offspring, we have no choice but to receive the dominant allele from the father. Okay, so either this or this one, we're gonna receive the same thing for the offspring. It's gonna be curly allele. So the first allele will be capital C. And same thing with the mother. Either of the two allele you receive from the offspring, you're gonna have the same thing. All right, it's still the curly allele. All right. So they segregated, and then one of those goes to the offspring. All right. And since the genotype is homozygous dominant, then our phenotype is going to be curly. So the baby will have curly hair. The father has curly hair, the mother has curly hair, then the baby will have curly hair. And that's for the first example. In the next video, we're gonna use a different example.